Welcome to our Legal Tuesdays. I'm with Wakili right here, Wakili Farah. How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
How have you been?
Niko Salama.
Very, very nice. Now, it's always a pleasure having you in studio. And today we are going to be talking about a lot to do with what's legal. Yes. What's legal and...
Yes. Wakili, a quick one this.
A quick one with Wakili. Now, Wakili, there's a story here. I just want us to start from the top. There's a story here that I just want to read. It's a very small story, and it's a story about Jane. And Jane is a small business owner in Nairobi, Ngara area, who borrowed 15,000 shillings from a mobile lender to restock her cosmetics shop. When her sales dropped, she fell behind on payments at first. She got a polite reminder message, but within weeks, the lender started calling up to 15 times a day. They even contacted her sister in Eldoret, her elderly father in Kisii, and posted her name and number in a local Facebook group labeling her a serial defaulter. Jen now feels embarrassed, anxious, and wonders if this is legal and what she can do while still repaying the loan. Now, Wakili, I want to start from here. What does Kenyan law say about debt collection practices?
Debt collection must be done in a legal way, which is there are legal mechanisms,
Yes.
legal procedures,
Yes.
such as notices,
Yes.
and also which may eventually culminate in someone going to court. I'd like to go to the story of this lady.
Yes.
I think it's very unfortunate. It's also very sad that this happens, and it's very common with these digital lenders. The digital lenders seem to have a free hand, and mainly it is pushed by, the amounts are usually so small that people decide, I'm not going to go and seek legal services because the cost of legal services also
Will be higher than the amount that you've taken.
it's probably even higher than the amount you have taken.
Yes.
So for Jane, I want to tell her that is illegal.
So if she has, what can she do now that she's in this situation?
Now, for Jane, what she should do, I want her to understand first of all what is her right. She has a right to privacy because their conduct was a breach of that right. Now, it should not be a crime
Yeah.
for her to default in a debt. And what she should do in such an instance is she can report, because the aspect of data breach comes in.
Yeah.
Her personal data. I do not know how they accessed her, and her father's information. But I do feel that as long as the father or whoever they called was not a guarantor, then they definitely did breach her.
Let me understand this. If it's not a guarantor, they should never call.
They should not call you.
And how do they even access someone's contacts without your knowledge? How do they do that?
Now, there is where now the illegality comes in, and we do not know how. Either they have access
To your phone?
through people's phones or through, other systems. But at the same time, and proper protection of personal data has not been an area that has been very, heavily invested by government. But right now we do have the Data Protection Act. And the Data Protection Act is intended to protect data and personal data. Now, in her case, the remedies that she has is she can report. There's an office of the data protection.
Yes.
So there's a data commissioner. She can go there, write a letter, write a report, name the individual or the institutions concerned, keep proper records of all the call logs, the time, the messaging, the individuals that have been contacted, and also any screenshots that are available. Then forward that report to them, because and what happens is that these people are going to be fined. There'll be penalties, and the penalties sometimes can be also as high as their turnover.
The penalties can be as high as their turnover.
As a percentage of their
turnover. Okay. Yes. Because I'm wondering, Wakili, now, is it possible for borrowers to negotiate repayment without intimidation?
Now I was coming to that. Among the best ways that I would advise people, something that is practical, that someone can identify with, is whenever you're about to default on your debts, reach out first.
Yes.
When you reach out, you restructure the debt. You notify the person, I'm facing some challenges, I am still willing to pay. And I have no issues with the amount of debt.
You make it clear.
You make it very clear.
You make it clear that I'm ready to pay.
Yes.
But this is how I'm going to pay.
Exactly. So it's basically you're restructuring. You're saying, okay, if I was paying monthly a certain amount, either you reduce the amount or you increase the payment period so that you're able to recover that
What
money.
happens in a situation where I decide I've taken this debt but I don't want to pay it back?
Yeah, that is theft, you know.
Yeah, but but sasa I've been threatened and there's a certain percentage that is left. Yes, so mushanitisha, we've gone through all that, and I decide now that you've already removed my data out there, let's all go rogue. What happens?
And we are a country of laws, so I would not advise anybody to say I'm going rogue. But what you can do when there's breach of data, seek remedies in relation to that breach of data. And like also in her case, she may even have a claim for defamation.
Now, Wakili, I want us to go into this Data Protection Act, and I want us to come to the employment side of it. If I have a loan with the bank and was being serviced through my employment, and I move to another employer, should this employer be alerted that I owe the bank some money and I will be cut some money to the bank? Is that a breach of data if my current company shares that information with another company?
That is not allowed. The reason is there is what is known as, we have the Data Protection Act. So there is the data processing. Data processing includes storage, collecting, and data. It includes sharing. All those aspects do fall under data processing. And the data processor can be institutions like banks, etc. So for them to handle your data in such a manner, there must be notice. You must be notified.
Oh, they must tell you.
They must tell you. You must be aware of that. So I have seen the instances where some people try to include such clauses, but depending on the context, you can always challenge if it was through, let's say, compulsion, where you are told to allow, sharing of your data and information. But ideally, your personal data should never be shared without your consent.
So, leave alone even sharing the data without your consent. Your family members and posting you online is one of the bases of taking them to court.
You have to look at, was it malicious?
Of course, if you post me
If it
online,
is malicious,
yes,
the way people usually do it,
yes,
like in this instance, yes, that is a breach of personal data, because you are providing somebody's name that is identifiable. This includes things like names, ID number, emails. All that is personal data.
So even if a friend, I owe a friend money, Wakili,
post in the group.
Are you seeing how I'm going with this direction?
Yeah, I can see.
If I owe a friend money,
and
my friend decides to post me on a group on WhatsApp, I'm liable to go to court.
He has infringed on your privacy. That is an infringement.
Because I'm just saying, there's another story here on Twitter. A lady is saying she was talking about a specific product on TikTok, and this product ilikuwa mingi at some point, and then waka reduce the content, and then now she's complaining about it, just like every other person.
I saw it, the one on biscuits.
Yes, and then the company calls her mom to threaten her mom. Yeah. How do we go about this? Because that lady alikuwa nasema, mimi ndo nilikuwa napiga kelele. Why would you go through my mom?
Do you know
where you getting my mother's number?
Wakili, let me get you up to speed with that story. So there's a biscuit company that reduced their size of the biscuit in the same packet.
Yeah.
So this woman went online and said, why have you reduced the size of these biscuits? But the company opted in calling her parents instead of calling her.
Yeah.
right? Now, in this case and scenario, this lady who was being targeted by this certain company, can't she go to court?
Yes, she can go. This is harassment. Especially, why did they go for her parents? Where did they get the information?
Yeah, and
She was a university student.
Uh-huh.
Apparently now they used their own ways to get that lady's number.
the parents' number.
The parents' number as well. So the mom refused, got some numerous calls. The father as well got some numerous calls. Her sister as well got some numerous calls. If this lady decided to sue the biscuit company today,
What happens?
what happens?
She should sue them for damages, and I strongly advise people to go and make a report to the data commissioner.
Yes.
Because there's been serious abuse of personal data in Kenya. It is like there's no privacy at all. And I feel that she should seek legal services as soon as she can, and also make a police report. Because why did they go after the parents? What did they tell the parents?
Yeah, because
The parents are told that her daughter will be arrested.
Because I'm an
For
adult.
what offense? Are they the police?
And then I'm an adult here. If I have a problem and if I've done something and I'm an adult, come to me. You know, if you have anything to say, just come to me. Do you get what I'm saying? So legally, that's wrong.
It is wrong.
So you can sue the company.
It is wrong legally.
Yeah.
Liability or any actions by the individual, you are liable for your own actions, not the actions of others.
Yes.
If they were dissatisfied with a certain behavior that that probably was perpetuated by her, then they should have addressed their concerns to her. But also, whatever she raised are issues regarding consumers.
Yes.
And a consumer can ask.
Yeah. What is going on here?
You can point out, has there been a change? Of course, as a company, we can decide to regulate our business, increase our profits, but at the same time, the fact that she just pointed it out became an issue for harassment. I think she should make a police
definitely
report
sue.
and seek legal advice.
Because Wakili, I'm checking out the Data Protection Act of 2019, and some of these things here are not publicly aware to Kenyans. Like, we know there is an act like that one, but we don't know what is inside the act. Wakili, I want us to go inside this act, because I'm seeing there's something here called preliminary part 1. The definitions: personal data, data subject, the controller, the processor. Then the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, the one that we're talking about, the ODPC. And it is what I'm understanding from this thing. The job of the Data Protection Commissioner is just to protect your data to be safe in any sort of setting, sitting, employment, all of that. Now, there are so many people, Wakili, who don't understand. The Data Protection Act is not to protect the government from you or you from the government. It is actually an act that makes sure your documentation and yourself remain safe.
Yeah.
There are instances, Wakili, here where we'll have to talk about the Data Protection Act. In an instant where your ID number has been shared between companies, then you keep getting messages here. Hi, Mr. Brian, did you know that you can get a loan of up to 50 to 100,000 shillings? I'm sure you've received something like that before. If I took this particular company to court, are they infringing on my data?
They're infringing on your data. It is illegal and unlawful.
You know, Wakili, you're going to make me so much money.
The first part.
Yes.
Because even in terms of whenever there are certain issues such as infringement, you cannot necessarily rush for damages. For you to get damages, you must be able to demonstrate that I suffered some loss. So that is why I advise people, when it comes to infringement of data, to go to the data commissioner first.
Okay.
You see, unless you have suffered, like there's a lot of damages that is quantifiable, then you can explore the avenues, but each is going to be based on its own facts.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Wakili, guidance on data sharing. If you said I have to be notified before my data is shared,
Yes.
what happens when it's a minor? Someone who's under the age of 18 years.
Under the age of 18 years, parental consent is necessary.
Okay.
In terms of when you're collecting, basically when you're processing data.
Now, Wakili, this one is going to get deeper and better. If a friend of mine comes to me, a friend of mine of the male comes to me, he's a male, and wants, let's say, Rania's number for whatever he will do with it, and I share the number to my friend, am I infringing on Rania's data privacy?
Kwanza, Wakili, when you're answering that, please be very clear. Kindly.
No, Wakili, I want us to go step by step because there's somewhere I'm going with this. Me and you are friends.
Yes.
I ask you for Rania's number without consent, and you give it to me, and I end up calling her.
Yeah.
Right, Wakili? Am I infringing on her data protection, or on her? I'm infringing
Home of hard truths and bold insights.